Hello and welcome back to my channel, Divine Libra Wisdom. I am back again with the weekly check-in readings for Taurus, Cancer, Libras. This video will be for the Libras. And if you haven't had a chance to, go check out the Pisces lunar eclipse reading, pick a pile, just to see, you know, what's in store for this Pisces lunar eclipse. That video should have gone up just as these were coming up just in time for the week ahead. Okay. And if you are returning and you subscribe, thank you so much for rocking with me and returning. But if you are new, just tuning in, thank you so much for tuning in and, you know, seeing what I'm about. Hopefully you will stick around and consider subscribing to the channel, because I will, you know, be being more consistent with trying to build this channel over here and connect with people who enjoy tarot and oracle cards as much as I do. So eventually, you know, I can add you all over on my Discord and eventually Patreon as well, to just connect, and, you know, you all can connect with each other, you can connect with me, you know, we can have more in-depth discussions, more in-depth readings, and more readings, especially more readings tailored specifically to your interests and what you want to know about. And so this message or this reading right now is for Libras. The cards are all shuffled already. I just like to shuffle a little bit more just to kind of connect more with the energy that I'm feeling and seeing. What else? The decks that I used, and I forgot to mention this in the Cancer reading for this week, but it's for the week of the 8th. I don't know if I mentioned that in Cancer's reading either, but those, you know, you all will see what the week is for, or what this video is for, what week. And oh yeah, the decks that I'm using will be in the description box like always. If you want to book a personal reading with me, that information is also in the description box as well, and, you know, we'll go from there. Okay, and we're gonna start getting some cards out for Libras, my fellow Libras. Oops, nope, actually, yep, that one. It was determined to come out. All right, we're gonna get our midweek for Libras. I don't know why Libras, and this could just be me craving it, but I'm a Libra, so I'm always going to say, for the most part, what I'm thinking or what I'm feeling when it comes to these readings, if it's, you know, appropriate, of course. I don't know, but for some reason, Libras, I'm saying some of you could be like, y'all want some, I'm sorry I'm laughing, but I'm getting like donuts for some reason. I don't know why. Some of you could be craving donuts. I don't know. It's weird. I'm not necessarily craving donuts, but for some reason I see that in my mind. It's interesting. But yeah, that's so random, but that is what I'm seeing. I don't know, maybe the weather change is got you craving like a sweet treat along with some, you know, a nice coffee drink, or, you know, maybe some matcha or chai. I'm also seeing chai. Chai actually sounds really good right now because it is pretty cool. Where I am, the temperature dropped. I'm just trying to not get my hopes up just in case, you know, it gets back warm, because I am in the south. So yeah, it's 59 degrees right now, so I might go out on the balcony and get some fresh air, autumn air, because to me it's autumn now. It's September, so it's autumn in my opinion. But anyway, yeah, I did switch it up a little bit. Still have the fairy tarot here. I think I used that last time, I can't remember, but one of those times I did use the fairy tarot. But I'm using 3 different decks for our oracle messages. You know, just to give us some variety, some spiciness, spice things up. So yeah. I don't know, for some reason, let me see, let me make sure. For some reason I feel like two wants to come out of those. Okay, don't tell the other placements I did this. I'm just like, I'm not trying to be, you know, show favoritism. It's just I go with what I feel. It doesn't matter which sign of these that, you know, if I feel compelled to pull out additional cards, I will. So yeah, it just happens that I felt compelled to do it here. Okay, I'm just trying to make sure I don't get any other random intuitive messages that need to come out. Also, happy early birthday to the Libras and Virgos. If you are cross-watching and you have these, you know, different placements, you know, happy birthday to you as well. I didn't mention it in August, which was bad. So, yeah. Shame on me. Okay. Yeah, I just get the sense, Libras, that you're wanting to feel, some of you, I don't think all of you, but some of you, I feel like you're wanting comfort, you're wanting to be cozy, similar to what came out in Cancer's reading, but it was more so to do with other things. But Libras, I feel, I wanted to be like cozy, wanting to read a good book, you know, watch a good movie. You're just wanting comfort is what I'm feeling. You know, the hot drinks, nice sweet treat. Your sweet tooth is activated, but just, you know, be mindful of that. You know, if you need to go see a dentist, or, you know, pay attention to your sugar intake, you know, be mindful of that. Drink your water, drink your teas, you know, try to be mindful of that. All right. Okay, and I'm already seeing something. Okay. Been getting a lot of travel messages. A lot of travel stuff came out in what is it? The Pick a Pal eclipse reading. So yeah, interesting. Okay. Okay. Numbers are kind of sticking out to me with these cards. So first off, Libras, and this is for, you know, it can be for, you know, your Libra suns, Libra risings, Libra moons, or any other placement that you have Libra. If you feel compelled or called to listen to this for those placements, you can definitely apply it there. Just take what resonates and let what doesn't, just let it fall by the wayside. Just let it go. Numbers that could be significant for Libras at this time or this week. This is, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but this is for the week of the 8th of September. 16, 10, 3, and 28 could be significant. I don't know, some of you may be having a headache too, because I'm getting a headache. Don't know why, because I've been drinking my water. So, yeah. And I could be, I did sleep extremely hard earlier. I had some good sleep. Earlier, or yesterday rather. So, or last night, I mean, I'm sorry. I had some good sleep, so I don't know. Anyway, so we have life experience number 16, and I believe this is like the tarot card, or the tower card in the original tarot. That's what that represents, the tower back there in life experience. But anyway, it says, let go of belief systems that no longer work for you in an important life-changing event, a situation that leads to significant opportunities. So Libras, at the beginning of the week, which will be tomorrow, Monday, you could maybe get like, I'm seeing some of you get like a call that you've been waiting for. It could be like a job offer, or like a opportunity to move for a job, or an opportunity just, to do something different. Maybe because there's two people. They kind of look like a fairy couple here. It could be that some of you are making changes to take next steps in a relationship, because we are, with this lunar eclipse that we have going on, blood moon in Pisces. This could be like, it says an important life-changing event. So this could be like, breaking up in a situation that kind of leads you to some kind of life-changing moment in your life. Or it could be that you are getting together with a partner, and maybe you all are moving in, or you're moving away, or your partner is coming to where you are, moving to where you are, moving closer to you, or maybe y'all are moving in together, and it could even be marriage. It could definitely be the case for some of you, but I really get strongly this is more so like work related, opportunity related, to be seen, be heard. Yeah, you could be, maybe your business is growing exponentially. You're rising to higher heights. Yeah, you have support, even though that's the tower. I think I don't necessarily, because the tower is not always bad, in my opinion. The tower just can mean that things are changing. You're going through like a major deep dive change, and with this eclipse, it's all about change. Like, it's all about things, being rearranged, things being taken out, replaced, people being taken out of your life, new people coming in, that type of thing. So the tower doesn't necessarily have to mean bad. It could just mean that your world is kind of being turned upside down, and but all for the good. Okay. So then we have seven of winter. And this says there is a better choice, not seeing things clearly, running away from the truth. The only thing that I get a sense of with that is, I don't necessarily feel that you're making a bad choice and there's something better for you, despite what it says on the card. I feel like more so, you could have some feelings of like, am I making the right choice? Like, you're kind of over analyzing, or kind of weighing your options, which is what, where the Libras are the scale. So of course they're going to, be weighing their options and weighing the choices and different things, and trying to figure out what the best course of action is. And so you could just be like, you've made your mind up, a lot of you, but you're just trying to make sure that you're checking in with self and just making sure that, it's the right fit for you, especially if it's like you're accepting, you're being given a job offer, or you could be receiving multiple offers too. That could also be a case, and you're trying to figure out, the best place to go to, the best environment that you would enjoy working in, and trying to maybe compare across the board. And so that's more so what I'm getting. Now, as far as like running away from the truth, I don't necessarily feel that, but for some of you, if that is the case, and it could be possible, because with the lunar eclipse being in Pisces again can be very dreamy, very whimsical, very like seeing things that they want to see as opposed to what's reality, because they can kind of exist in multiple worlds, so they can see multiple angles and things, kind of like Libras, looking at things from all sides, all angles. And so if that is the case, then this is the time to really get clarification on things. If you need to speak to someone and talk to them and ask them for clarity on certain things, get directions, clear directives, this is the time to do so. Don't let things flow, which is a very Libra thing to do. Just kind of let things flow, to not cause any, issues, because I want to keep the peace. This is the time to shake up peace. This is the time to shake things up and just, go for it. And, make sure that, you're not just allowing anything to happen because you don't want to create conflict. Just say the things, do the things, okay? The wheel is next, and that's number 10, and it says delays are over, sudden or unexpected good luck, a new car or travel, okay? And being a Libra myself, I'm hoping that for my birthday later on this month, I can take a little trip, even if it's just a little staycation here in the city, just to get away from home, or take a little road trip, whatever the case. Even if I get on the plane and I'm just flying like a few hours away, I don't care. I just want to take a little trip, because I am definitely missing the airport, okay, and missing out of town air. So a lot of you could also be kind of picking up or feeling, tapping into that energy as well. You're just kind of wanting to get away, and you're craving newness and, wanting new things, to happen. But, the good news is that delays are over. The things that you're wanting to come in are coming in, and, you're getting a leg up, if that makes sense. So, and I mentioned what came out in Cancer's reading. I will, make mention of this just in case it kind of, pushes you, not, just gently, not trying to say go over there and look at that video if you do not want to. I'm not doing that. I'm just mentioning it because it could be a sign for you to go check it out. But if you have Cancer placements in your chart, or you just felt a pull to go look at it over there, then I mentioned like cars and travel delays, but more so in winter time. But if you're having, because especially with it being the wheel, and it's making mention of a new car. Pay attention to the cars that you buy. If you're making a big purchase and you're about to get ready to, purchase a car, make sure you're checking thoroughly the car, to make sure there are no defects. Make sure you're checking the wheels, making sure they're, got air in them, so, there's no blowouts. Just kind of making sure that you really kind of double checking things to make sure, that things are okay. Yeah. But yeah, so maybe some of you are in the business of shopping for a new car, or maybe you're getting ready to go on some travel. I don't really get the sense that you're dealing with delays, but I do feel like if you are purchasing a new car, or a new car is being given to you, just make sure you get it checked thoroughly to make sure you don't have any issues with it. Okay, so then we have divine timing, or divine guidance, I'm sorry. But yeah, divine timing. I mentioned it for a reason, I think, that it came out or slipped out. Maybe you are sort of thinking about divine timing and things kind of coming in, especially with the wheel. You know, delays are over, sudden or unexpected good luck. Something could come in right on time for you. That new car or a new opportunity to travel. You get the money to travel in time for your birthday, Libras. You know, it could be that type of thing too. But as far as like divine guidance, you know, this could be a time where you're tapping in to your guides, God, universe, spirit, whatever you believe in, or however you say it. You could be tapping in to kind of dive a little deep, getting more in tune with, you know, your connection with the divine, asking for support, asking for guidance to make your next moves, whatever those may be. So yeah, and this is a good time, especially with this eclipse, to be doing that, to get more in touch with yourself, as well as your connection to the divine, to make sure if you are sort of unclear on what your next steps should be, you're asking for signs to come into play to see, you know, what it is, what those next steps are, you know, to make sure that you're on the right path and you're going, you know, doing what you need to do. Okay, so then we have step into stillness, and it says, my power is born in the majesty of silence. So yeah, there could be something where if you've been going, then maybe you need to, you know, take some time to be still. Again, tap in with, you know, your guides, God, spirit, whatever you know, again, whatever you call it. Maybe, you know, there's a need to do that, and kind of just tap in, you know, with your higher self. You know, maybe see what you're missing if you feel like you're missing something or something is not clear. Again, doing your research, doing your figuring, you know, trying to figure things out. You also have downtime here, and this card number is number 3. I think I mentioned the numbers already, but and then you have walk it off. So with these 3 cards, stepping into stillness, downtime, walk it off. Again, I just really feel like this is your time to kind of, you know, give yourself some rest a little bit, because I get the sense that Libras have been going, hustling, like just trying to do everything, doing all your tasks, being on point, and it's like you're going, and then it's like even kind of like a hamster wheel, a wheel, kind of like that, and it's kind of like these last 3 cards are sort of kind of like asking you to just slow it down, chill out a little bit, you know, not speak too much, not do too much, because you've already been putting in the work to figure things out and bring in, you know, what you're trying to bring in with this Wheel of Fortune, or the wheel. But yeah, it's originally in the original tarot, it's the Wheel of Fortune, but you know, you're you know, bringing yourself, you're at the place where you know, the delays are over, you can kind of rest a little bit, because you've been putting in the work, you've been doing what you're supposed to do, and so now, you know, you just need to kind of cool off, walk it off, you know, not be you don't have to do too much, if that makes sense, because the things that you need are coming in, you know. But you know, just again, make sure that you're checking in with yourself and making sure that you are all right, you know, mentally, physically, and spiritually. And if, you know, something is to transpire, I don't really see that happening, but if there is like a small little conflict or something, then yeah, maybe you should try to walk it off. And Libras, you know, Libras are mostly known for, you know, their diplomacy, their compassionate nature, but you know, there are things that can make a Libra mad, especially when, you know, we feel forced, you know, to make some decisions. We feel forced to, you know, do something that we don't want to do. It can make us feel a little, you know, iffy and anxious and annoyed. So, you know, if that happens, and you know, you have a feeling of, you know, you being pushed in some sort of way, then, you know, just, you know, definitely walk it off, you know, especially if something pisses you off too. You know, just make sure that you are, you know, not, what am I trying to say? Make sure you're not reacting, you know, or giving your first reaction. Make sure, give yourself a chance to cool off and have a level head before, you know, you respond or you react. Okay, so that's all I'm getting for these cards, Libra, for the week of the 8th. Tune in again next week. You know, come back, I mean, for the weekly reading for that week. You know, like the video, you know, send a like. It costs nothing to send a like. Just lets me know that you all are enjoying the videos and that you are getting something out of it. And you know, leaving a comment down in the comment section can also help as well. It helps, you know, with engagement, excuse me. Also lets me know, you know, that you're enjoying the content, especially if you're, you know, telling me how things resonated. If you feel comfortable doing so, you know, definitely not pushing you to do so if you feel uncomfortable with that. But if, you know, you want to just leave like a cute emoji down in the comment section, I will really appreciate that and enjoy that. You know, share the video out. You know, share it with people who also enjoy tarot, oracle card readings, or if, you know, they may enjoy